This is the Dreamers Podcast, where dreamers share their stories to inspire you. Now, join host Joe Pardo as he interviews a dreamer who's living their dreams.
Hey dreamers, it's Ladderday, where I help you achieve your dreams. Now let's get climbing.
Let's do it! Hey, you're getting better at this, Joe. You're getting a lot better.
It's only the third time. So
Third time's a charm, right?
yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
but let's not make it the last time.
Okay, no.
It wasn't perfect on this time, I promise. Maybe on episode 300.
Yep, we'll see.
So, if you have a question about what ladder you should climb next on your journey to your dreams and achieving your goals, please go to dreamerspodcast.com and hit the Write to Joe button on the top left-hand corner of the site, because I really want to hear from you. I want to know how I can help you out, achieve your dreams, your goals, help you out with your show or with your website, or if you're just having a great day, a bad day. Let me know. Let me know how it's going for you. Today, I got Tayo Rockson back on the show for this third episode.
Are you guys tired of me yet?
I promise I'll have another guest co-host next week.
Yeah, you're not going to hear me again for a while because he's got other people lined up. I'm just a guinea pig, like I said in the previous episodes.
It's definitely been fun, though. And I definitely look forward to having you on again.
Oh,
Not that the show's... Oh, I guess that's it.
Okay. All right.
So, again, because we don't have any questions yet, because this is only the third episode, we found a nice question from Scott Britton, or Brighton. I probably just totally butchered his name. I took a question from a newsletter article that he sent, so if you're listening, Scott, which you probably aren't, but if you are, thank you. And we retooled it to be our own. And the question is what is the most underrated skill you have?
I'm going to ask you that. What's the most underrated skill you have?
Okay.
Look, I've learned my lesson. I'm asking you this time.
Oh, crap. I didn't write my answer down. No, wait. I think I got it.
You didn't write your answer down, Joe?
No, and it's been like 20 minutes since we came up with the question.
You said something about positive or something.
Yes. That's right. So, positive thinking, positive action, positive anything that's really positive and puts you in the right direction, the right frame of mind to make you want to accomplish things that keep you motivated. That, to me, that's probably what I think is my most underrated skill to myself. To other people, well, that might be, maybe for other people too.
No, I think that's a good thing too. I think people obviously feed off of your energy. That's why you're doing podcasts. That's why you're influencing people with your blog. And I think it's a good thing. Whether it's just your Facebook post or whatever you do, it seems to always shine through. So good on you, mate.
Thank you, Tyler.
Me. What is my most underrated skill? Probably storytelling. I do that through blogging, through podcasting, through co-hosting with certain people. And I think that shines through with certain things that I, in all facets of things that I do. So whether I'm applying for a job or going through a resume, it's in a story format. I tend to try and get wherever I'm reaching out to the audience from a beginning to end point. And I think that's something that might be underrated. I don't know if it's true or not, but other people probably tell me yes or no. But if I was put on the spot, which I am, that's what I can think of right now. Storytelling.
You know what? Let's we did that so quick. Let's flip it. What's your most overrated skill?
Wow. You just like to put me on the spot. Overrated skill? Wow.
Something that people give you credit for that you're just kind of like, I think you're overrating what my ability is.
I think if people give me credit for it, it probably is true. It's just maybe me, I'm not seeing it. I think it's more of a reflection of just it comes natural to me. People tend to think that I'm a master connector of people, And to me, I think it's just because I've always been friendly. It doesn't seem like a big deal. I don't know if that's overrated or not. It's just I tend to deflect a lot of my compliments. So maybe everything everyone said about me is overrated. I don't know.
Take a compliment, dude.
Uh, no, hey, that is something I'm working on. You see, I came on the show. I'm going through the 7-step program, and the first step to taking a compliment is saying thank you. So thank you, Joe. And I'm going. This is a breakthrough. But I really don't know how to answer that question because I don't. My most overrated things. I try to frame my mindset into things that are not overrated. So I don't know.
Well, I think instead of overrated, the question probably would be better asked inflated.
Inflated. Yeah, I mean, what? Maybe when you give me an answer, I can think of something.
Okay.
What is it?
Well, my answer would be technology. People seem to think that I'm very, very good at technology, and not that I don't have a flair to borrow a word for technology. I have been working with computers since I was about 6. So I do know a lot about them, probably way more than I would give myself credit for. But I will say this, Google is my teach a man how to fish. You learn how to Google, you can do pretty much anything.
Exactly, and that's something we talked about in the first episode. Google, there's no excuse for anything. So you gave me an idea. I think mine is probably social media. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I'm not good at social media, but people see like my Twitter following, but it was a lot of hard work, but it was because I studied, right? I went to the webinars, I went to the events that were talking about social media marketing. And I always feel like I'm still learning because it's always changing. But whenever people see my following, they seem to think that I'm a social media expert. And I guess, like you said, I should take the compliment because, I guess not everybody can build a following like that. But it's something to me that whenever I get that, I'm always saying, I don't know. I feel like I'm still always learning. I feel like there's something else that I'm missing out on. I think what we both learned is we both need to accept that we're both experts in whatever people say we are. I think you're a technology guy, and I am somewhat of a social media expert, if I can accept that. That still feels so weird to say it. But yeah, I feel like I'm boasting. Yeah, that would be overrated, I guess.
Let's remember, it's not bragging if you can do it.
Oh, look at you. Quoting.
I know it only took 3 episodes.
Hey, what's that? There's a song, Jadakiss says this. I'm not cocky, I'm confident. So when you tell me I'm the best, it's a compliment. So, hey, maybe when people tell you you are, it's just what it is. That just brought me back to memories. I shouldn't be saying that, but Jada used to be good. All right. Well, I want to hit on this point here with the underrated skills. I think a lot of times when people are filling out resumes and trying to go about their dreams, it's the answers to their dreams it's within them. So a lot of times people say, I'm not this guy, I'm not that guy. But the key to embracing your difference, like I like to say, is knowing who you truly are. So maybe ask your friends, hey, what are the 5 best things about me? And you do it for like 5 people, do it to 5 people or 10 people. Ask them to tell you what the 5 best things are, and then you can see the parallels. And whatever that is, you can use that to help you out. So maybe someone says you're conscientious, you're very hardworking, you're passionate. Channel that passion into whatever dream that you want to follow. It could be staying up at whatever hours or reading that book that might help you get there. But channel that energy into whatever people say you are. And I think once you start to know who you are, the key to achieving your dreams becomes a lot easier because you're really flexing your strengths and you're emphasizing those things. So yeah, just take time to know who you are, focus on your strengths, and I think it can help you.
Look at you being all smart, and not just being smart, but walking right into today's topic.
Whoa, that did not happen on purpose. Segue. So let's do it.
So today's topic is I wanted to talk about how and why you should seek out a new group of friends that can help you make your dreams come true. And not that you should get rid of your old friends, because they are old friends for a reason and they are around. And I love all of my old friends as well as my new friends like Tayo. But at the same time, there's groups of people in your life that can help you achieve new things, new experiences, meet new people outside of just those people that you're meeting, And I mean, that's kind of like networking, but not in that sense. It's more of an experience and of getting to know other people to experience other things that you wouldn't have experienced, not just for career purposes or anything like that.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't get the No New Friends Drake song out of my head. But but I think you're right. I think we should tell the story about how we met. We met through a Facebook group, right? It was a podcast group.
Yep.
To go off what you're saying, I think it's not a matter of eliminating your old friends, but if you're, you want to do something, there are masterminds that are easy to do online, right? There are people that have like-minded dreams, whether it's Facebook groups or social media, who you can comment on or connect with, and then you guys can share stories. I've never met Joe in person, but look, we've done 3 episodes now, and then it'll be 4 when my episode comes on, but we've bonded over something that we both share. And I think this type of relationships can help build you up, and you learn a lot because the world is flatter now with technology. So Joe's exactly spot on when he says that.
So yeah, if there's something that you want to do, you need to get out and meet other people to do it. Outside of, I mean, I love the example that you gave in I think it was the last episode about going and actually reading about basketball instead of just going out and playing, and then actually going to ask for a mentorship from what I guess you perceived the best basketball player in school, or what everybody perceived. I don't know because I was
everybody did. It was clear who the best basketball player was.
But that's the thing, right? So you made a new friend. I mean, I don't know. Did you remain friends with him?
Yeah, we're still friends. I actually talked about him on the first episode of my podcast, and he left a review and all that. No, we're still friends, and he's doing his thing. He's we catch up once in a while. And we definitely stayed in contact, so it blossomed.
And you've lived in how many countries since then?
Since then, I've lived in, so that was my 3rd at the time, so I've lived in 2 more since then. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's 2 more than most people will ever live in.
But now they can do it, just booking that flight. No, I think it's important. I think a lot of times, if you want to, we're talking about dreamers here, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. I do that all the time. Every single time. I'm talking to someone that's smarter than me right now. Joe's smarter than me, people.
Come on, you gave the first quote of the series.
Yeah, no, but I think it's so invaluable. You have all these people doing webinars nowadays. If you have a particular niche or topic that you want to do, go on Google, type in whatever, something course, something webinar, something going to show up, and then from that group, you can sign into an email list. You learn from that, and then a lot of these guys are starting to have private Facebook groups that you can actually build friendships of. And then maybe you can even have a business partner or something like that. But I don't think there's ever an excuse for you to say you can't be friends with people from all over, because you can. And sometimes you might have to pay, but then see it as an investment in yourself. What you get ultimately what you put in.
One pitfall to try to avoid is elitism. And falling into the pitfall of people, trying to become friends with people who don't want to necessarily become friends with other, with you or with other people that are different from their little bubble of friends. And that's when you need to stop back, take a step back and ask yourself, like, okay, these are the kinds of people I will be associating myself with to a certain degree. Is that really the direction I want to go?
Yeah, you have to make sure you don't lose yourself. That's a great point. Don't lose yourself as you're climbing. Oh, as you're climbing up the ladder.
It is Ladderday.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right, Joe. But yeah, I think it's, what we were talking about earlier. Find out who you are. Know yourself. Become more self-aware. Know who you are. And then as you're climbing up, it becomes easier for you to remain true to yourself. We see it with. We had a pre-discussion about athletes and how they tend to lose themselves, or are they actually losing themselves with the money that they get? And I think sometimes it's because people don't take enough time to actually know who they are and what they need to fix. So avoid elitism, like Joe says.
Yeah, if you don't know who yourself is, then you don't know who these people are pushing you to become without even realizing. And it could take months and sometimes even years to wake up and be like, wow, where did the time go and who am I?
Yeah, say, hey, who are you, Joe? Can I just do this? Yeah.
That's a great question. I ask myself that every single day. I try to answer that with a positive reflection back at myself. And hey, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I've done all kinds of dumb things, but I try to apologize for them, and that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. No, that is the way. And I'm sure you're doing a good job with the podcast because I've listened to your episodes. I think people listen to the stories that your guests have, and I think it reminds them of the power of the human character and what happens when you can actually become self-aware and, make a positive, intentional effort to meet people you can actually learn from.
So, and one way to do that is, maybe try a different gym. Whatever hobby you're interested in, and if there's a store local to you, whether say it's you wanted to get more into like car audio competitions or tennis or golf or whatever that sport or that hobby is, hang out at the store, get to know the owner. Exactly. He's going to introduce you to lots of people who all have the same exact hobby or interest in that hobby or that sport. And you can make lots of friends, and like all of a sudden, it's like now you didn't know anyone that played golf. Now you know like 10 people, and now you're going and playing golf like every single weekend because you took the time to spend extra time at that place to get to know at least one person who can introduce you to a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you keep all your friends.
Exactly.
You keep those close friends who believe in you, who are positive and are good influences around you, and that you can be good influences to them. Because that's giving back in that sense where it's not just a one-way street as far as good influences.
Yeah. And to touch on your point, sports, I always come back to sports, key way. Join an intramural sport group, or volunteer somewhere, or just do something on your weekends. There are lots of people you can meet. Book club.
Yeah.
Join a book club. There's so many different things you can do. And I think you're exactly right, Joe, when you say find a hobby and look at other people that are doing your hobby.
Meetup.com is a great way. It's not a dating website. It's a group website where people can get together to do great, awesome things that, maybe you want to try zip lining, but none of your friends are like, that sounds dumb.
Oh my goodness! Wait! Meetup is not a dating website?
No, apparently
I know. Yeah, no. Meetup is great.
Don't be that guy, Tayo.
I'm just saying that was a poorly delivered joke. But when I came here, one of the meetups I joined was like a Nigerian meetup just to see other people. Because I am Nigerian. In case I haven't said that before, but I think meetups are fantastic in a way that you can segment it out to your niche, and then you can go from there.
Yeah, definitely. And you like we said on a previous episode, you never know who those people know and how that can interact with your life today, tomorrow, or 5 years from now. Who knows?
Yeah, I believe it was you that said that. So way to quote yourself, Joe. Hey, I'm so smart. I'm just gonna say
I don't know
something.
If you can hear this. That's me patting my back.
Beast mode. All right. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tayo, for coming on the show. It was great having you for these 3 episodes, and I really want to have you back on again in not too distant future to record a few more episodes, and hopefully we'll have real questions where we're not making them up.
Oh yeah, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, if your guests want me on, I'll be happy to come back. But I don't know if they want to hear me at this point. But we'll see.
I should be more positive than that.
Yes, I'm taking my advice. You know what? This is that. Thank you for teaching me again, Joe. I will be back on.
You don't have to be arrogant. You just have to be, positive. No. I'm just saying in general.
I can. This has been a pleasure, Joe. I'm glad you had me on, and I hope we communicate some value to your audience.
Yeah, me too. I think we have. I think there's some really great nuggets in here. So, if you guys have questions, please, or if you want to hear Tayo some more, go to his podcast.
As Told By Nomads, or on Twitter at Tayo Rockson. No, that's my website. Just at. I'm so nervous. You guys make me nervous. Just follow me on Twitter at Tayo Rockson, TayoRockson, and I'm very, very responsive. I'm happy to talk, and we can go from there.
Yes. Please do that. I do that. if everybody does that, you'll get some very positive information out of him, because he does blog and he does have a wonderful podcast interviewing people who are making a difference in the world, using their difference to make a difference. To take another quote.
Yeah. And society starts with you. Follow Joe Pardo and ask him all the questions you need to.
Yes,
on his website.
That's it's at Dreamers Podcast or at Pardo_J.
There you go.
Well, thanks again, man, and I hope everybody has questions that I can help them with, and we can get other guest co-hosts on the show, and hopefully get Tayo back on the show if he'll have himself back on here. It sounds like he will. DreamersPodcast.com. Write to Joe up at the top left-hand corner and let me know what you think, or how your day is going, how I can help you. I really want to answer some questions, so let's get these questions rolling in. Did I mention the questions?
He wants to ask some questions.
Thank you, Tayo.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Dreamers Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Dreamers Podcast. Join us on Facebook at facebook.com/Dreamers Podcast. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Dreamers Podcast, please send an email to j@jpar.co. This podcast is copyright 2014 by jpar.co.